of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Every time open a sex game, my kick, the words, my baby. Can't even on keeping money saves. It's like an earthquake, don't calling you out. Queen of constant, let's get it on the bout. Such enough to play easy, just a more for all.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right. So let's see who's in here. Claudette, Brandslayer TV, Buckhorse DC. All right. Jeff ATL, Pearly, Poetical Winds is here. All right. Ty Ingram, I see you. Belinda, Chris B is in the house. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hey, 504 Nola. And shout out to my moderators putting in work and everyone tuned into the Queen. So let's get this party started. Hey, my Aunt Egypt. Okay. And so that all being said, let's get into it. Before we get into the Diddy information, I reported about a week ago about a black man who was found hanging after he filed a report against the police. Okay. With that all being said, at the time, there was scarcely any information. I hadn't heard anything about it on the lamestream media. Okay. The only information I had was what I found on TikTok. But so now it looks like a bit of more information has come out. So let's talk about it. Sheriff asked FBI to investigate death of black man found hanging in Alabama. Now they reported this on November the 2nd. Okay, the lamestream media wrote an article about it on the 2nd. But like I said, I reported this last week. At the end of the day, they were not covering this, like they were trying to sweep it under the rug. Okay, please pay attention. Now, the FBI is investigating the death of a black man in Alabama who was found hanging in an abandoned house following a request for a local sheriff amid fears among community members who accused local law enforcement of long-standing unchecked misconduct. Now, sheriff's dispute found Denoris Richardson, age 39, in September in a rural part of Colbert County, miles away from his home in Sheffield, a city approximately of 10,000 people near the Tennessee River. Now, the Colbert County Sheriff's Office ruled Richardson's death an suicide, okay? But Richardson's wife, Lee Richardson, said that's not true, explaining that her husband did not leave a note and had no connection to the house where he was in fact found, okay? Now, they love to just brush it under the rug when it's somebody who looks like me and then say they did it to themselves. Okay, please pay attention. People who look like me, when's the last time you've heard of them hanging themselves? Okay, make it all make sense. Now, instead, the 40-year-old fears her husband's death was related to a lawsuit that he filed against the local police department in February. Now, Denoris Richardson, who coaches kids in baseball and football, had alleged that he was assaulted, denied medical attention, and sprayed with tear gas, okay, and shocked with a taser, all while he was in jail. Now, Lee Richardson said she is not accusing a specific person, but is adamant that her husband didn't do this to himself. She's not alone in her belief. Widespread skepticism about Richardson's death underscores deep-seated distrust of local law enforcement in Colbert County. Now, in a region where hanging invokes a long-standing of state-sanctioned lynchings of Black people, residents in the county allege a pattern of excessive force among local law enforcement. Now, Sheriff Eric Ballantyne, who confirmed the FBI accepted his request to investigate it, went on to say that the department exhausted all of their resources in its investigation. Okay, he says, we feel confident in our findings. We feel confident in what our findings were, but we feel like by doing this, we can give the family more peace of mind. A spokesperson for the FBI's field office in Birmingham confirmed the FBI is aware of Denoris Richardson's death and is reviewing the allegations of criminal misconduct. And so Tory Bailey, the president of the local NAACP chapter and the only Black member of the 6-person county commission in Colbert County, said that the community's reaction to Richardson's death was partially informed by the region's harrowing history with lynchings, okay? Because this has been going on there. It's something that has continuously happened over the decades. Now, in Alabama, there were 359 reported lynchings between 1877 and 1943, according to Equal Justice Initiative, a criminal justice reform nonprofit. Now, in Colbert County alone, there were 11. So Bailey said that although there may be nothing to these accusations, it makes sense that the community would have a visceral reaction to a Black man hanging and want a more thorough investigation conducted. Now, she said, while some officers are trying to do the right thing in her 12 years as an NAACP president, she has documented and investigated many cases of excessive use in the county, saying that there has long been a kind of disconnect between communities of color and law enforcement. Unfortunately, many of us do not feel that law enforcement is actually there to serve and protect. So Marvin Long, a 57-year-old Black man and lifelong Colbert County resident, knew Denoris Richardson, knew his family well growing up, and he shares the skepticism about the suicide ruling and said that Richardson's death has intensified his fear of retaliation, saying, to this day, I hate seeing a police car. I'm still more afraid than ever now. Long sued the Sheffield Police Department last year after he inquired about an unrelated arrest taking place just outside of his property in 2021. Now, body camera footage appears to show officers following Long to his house, dragging him down his porch steps, and sicking the police canine on him as he screams out for help. Do y'all hear this? This sounds like something that happened on a plantation, okay, back in the 1800s. Long was unnamed, according to the complaint. Now, Richardson and Long are among 5 Black and Latino men represented by civil rights attorney Roderick Van Daniel. okay, who had filed lawsuits against the department in recent years. Now, citizens are living in fear of retaliation, Van says. Okay, in one case, an off-duty Sheffield police officer was caught on surveillance footage punching and pulling a gun on a black man at a liquor store. Now, the officer was later convicted of assault and menacing and reckless endangerment. He was fired from the department. In a separate lawsuit, a 57-year-old chiropractor claims that he was shocked with a taser 18 times. This is absolutely ridiculous. While he was in handcuffs after he asked an officer to help him find his wife's phone. Photos included in the suit showed several large burn marks, allegedly from the assault. Now, the Sheffield Police Department did not respond to numerous phone calls and emails seeking comments. I bet they didn't have anything to say. Now, lawyers for the officers named in pending lawsuits did not respond to emails. Valentine has been the sheriff since 2023, declined to comment on specific cases, but he said that based on his almost 30 years as an officer in the area, he thought residents in Colbert County generally trusted law enforcement. No, he didn't. How could he possibly think that? With all of these lawsuits and all these people saying these things, he knew darn well, okay, even if he's only been in the sheriff's position for a year, he knew better. Okay, now saying if it's proven it was excessive, then I'm sure that there will be accountability. Transparency is always a good way to mend some fences with the community, he says. Now, Lee Richardson had known her husband since he was 17. She remembers Denoris, known affectionately as Nana or Nene, okay, as a warm father to her children, but she also said that his fear of the police was not new. She says he was scared at a young age. Richardson said that after filing the lawsuit, her husband was frequently stopped by the police, clearly retaliating and harassing. Okay, in those months, he was trying to stay out of the way. Now, Sheffield Mayor Steve Stanley said Denoris Richardson had come to his office at least once to express concerns that he was being profiled. Stanley said that he assured Richardson that any officers reported through official channels would be investigated. The Sheffield Police Department did not confirm whether or how frequently the department pulled over Richardson. So anyway, this is all so darn sad. I want you all to pay attention because this is what they do. Now, court records show that Denoris Richardson had a long history of run-ins with local law enforcement, but the majority of the charges in federal and state courts did not stick. What does that tell you? They did not stick. He had a myriad of run-ins, but the charges didn't stick. That means they were profiling him. That means they were harassing him, stalking him. At the end of the day, trying to provoke him because clearly he wasn't doing anything against the law, else the charges would have stuck. Okay, please pay attention. Now, Denoris Richardson pleaded guilty to rug possession in 2006 and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. In more than 15 years since then, court records show Richardson was arrested at least 6 additional times by the Sheffield Police Department for charges ranging from disorderly conduct to robbery to assault, and none of those charges stuck. Now, none of them stuck except for a traffic violation for expired tags. Okay, that's just it. Now, in the same week that Richardson filed his lawsuit against the department, he was charged with trafficking meth. Are y'all paying attention to this? He had been arrested in a house where drugs allegedly were found. Richardson was out on bond when he died. Stanley said that he firmly supports holding officers accountable for misconduct, but emphasized his overwhelming confidence in them. He says, I have preached and believe that the majority of officers at least recognize that everybody deserves respect. Well, they all should know that. Okay, talking about he recognizes that a majority of them, all of them should know that and treat people accordingly. And so anyway, still amid the looming investigation, uncertainty in the community prevails. In early October, Richardson's friends and family piled the pews, they filled the pews of the Small Trinity Memorial Funeral Home to commemorate his life. The singing and sermons were punctuated by calls for justice. At the pulpit, Van Daniel Richardson's attorney said Richardson believed in transparency and accountability. He stood up against police misconduct. There was a steady chorus of amens from the crowd as he spoke, saying that his family and the Sheffield community deserves answers. We deserve answers. This is just all so ridiculous that these things continue to happen. Okay, and here we are. It's about to be 2025. It's about to be 2025, and this is what they still out here doing. I want y'all to pay attention because this is all so egregious. Okay, and so with that all being said, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Thank you in advance. And so condolences to his family, friends, and loved ones. This doesn't even make any sense. Now let's talk about Diddy. Let's talk about Diddy, because Diddy is out here filing for a gag order yet again because he wasn't given one when he wanted one, even though the judge did warn the prosecutor or the feds to not be saying certain things, saying that, you haven't broken any laws so far, you haven't, gone against policies thus far, but just make sure you're not saying anything. Well, there are some other people out here saying something. Okay. Remember, I told you all that that lawyer, I called her a liar. That lawyer, Ariel Mitchell kid, I told you all, I've been telling you all for weeks and months that she's sketchy. That's just my opinion. She is sketchy and clout chasing as far as I'm concerned. Why is she always on News Nation? Why is she always out here doing interviews? Okay. I'm sorry. Please make it all make sense. At the end of the day, she's clout chasing, in my opinion. And now she's taking on Courtney Burgess, aka Courtney B, okay, whom I had on the show, as I told you guys, who says that he has something to do with that book about Kim Porter. Well, now she's taking him on, and both of them have been doing interviews and just saying all these salacious things. With that all being said, Rashid said liar is the correct term, Queen. Okay, thank you, beloved. Thank you, okay? But now Diddy is saying that these people out here running their mouths. And see, I told you all, okay, remember you heard it here first, because I know, people love to steal the Queen's talking points. But anyway, with that all being said, I told you all that lady was sketchy, and I told you all that I think Courtney Burgess and Chris Todd are liars who lie. I think they're liars who lie. The things they say don't add up. Okay? That's right. Quincy Jones passed away at the age of 91. Okay? Condolences to his family, friends, and loved ones at the end of the day. Okay, Andrea said, you said it right, Queen, paid liars. Exactly. That's what they are. They out here lying to be lying, I guess. I don't know. I mean, please make it all make sense. So, all right. So with that all been said, let's get into it now. Hold on. Desmond says, Queen, fake Nancy Drew said that people who lied, fake Nancy Drew said that people lied. She'd been caping for also using your talking points again. Oh, yeah, that's interesting, beloved. I'm so glad you said that, because that reminds me. My insider told me the same thing. So clearly people are paying attention to this young lady who continues to try to use my talking points. Now, the insider called me last night and said that this whole time she's been caping for this man who wrote this book, Chris Todd, saying that the book is authentic. She even did a video saying that the feds confirmed it, verifying that the grand jury witness was in fact telling the truth, because, hey, she says that if you go to the grand jury, you can't be lying. And so now, since I did that video yesterday calling them both out, okay, with receipts proving that the guy actually lied. So he said now she's trying to act like she's hesitant, like, it's maybe something sketchy going on. And even said something about the lawyer that I've been talking about, Ariel Mitchell kid, saying, in that lawyer, like, girl, please sit down. Okay, come up with your own talking points and stop trying to imitate the Queen, honey, because you could never. But thank you, Desmond, for being on the job. Okay, I have private investigators, okay, out here in these YouTube streets. Okay, so now with that all being said, let's talk about Diddy. Let's talk about this gag order that he's trying to get. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. So now I have the actual filing. Okay. I have the actual filing. And here's what it says. Dear Judge Subramanian, we write on behalf of our client, Mr. Sean Combs, regarding the use of improper pretrial publicity that is undermining Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial and the integrity of the grand jury proceedings. As the court is aware of, Mr. Combs filed a motion to restrict extrajudicial statements by potential witnesses and their counsel, okay, which the government has opposed. Now, Mr. Combs' reply is due on November the 8th of 2024. However, given the imminent harm of certain extrajudicial statements relating to the ongoing grand jury proceedings, we request that the court immediately restrain extrajudicial statements by potential witnesses and their counsel during the pendency of the motion. So here's the thing. If you already testified before the grand jury, you might want to just keep your mouth shut. That's what you should be doing. But hey, a clout chase is a clout chase, right? So over the past several days, a grand jury witness and his attorney have given multiple interviews, including outside the courthouse immediately following his apparent grand jury testimony. Now, y'all saw it because I showed it to you, and I knew that was a whole clout chase then. Here's the thing, like I told you guys, don't mess around and let Diddy get bail because these fools out here running their mouth, okay? They need to sit down and shut the hell up so Diddy can stay in jail where he belongs. Well, let me continue. So goes on to say that he did an interview immediately following his grand jury testimony, making false and outrageous claims, including that the witness possesses videos of Mr. Combs involved in sexual assault of celebrities and minors. So let me tell y'all something about those videos. Now, I know a lot of people want to believe this is all true and nefarious because we don't like Diddy, but at the end of the day, I don't believe that they ever had any videos. I just don't believe it because they told so many different lies. First of all, Courtney B told me that the feds, y'all heard him. He said the feds came to his house and took all the flash drives and information and stuff. He said they came and took it because I asked him, aren't you afraid you're going to go to jail for being in possession of child porn if you're saying that Justin Bieber was too young or underage? And he said he didn't look at it. That's what he said. He said, I didn't look at it. Sir, please. Okay. Then he says that the feds came and confiscated that stuff 2 days prior. Okay. Now I'm going to show you all later many other inconsistencies, but let's continue. Now, with that all being said, it goes on to say, over the past several days, a grand jury witness and his attorney have given multiple interviews. Okay, the grand jury witness claims that he was subpoenaed after he made public statements on social media and that he possessed videos of celebrities, including minors, being sexually assaulted. The subpoena also comes on the heels of his attorney's statements that she had been asked to help shop a particular video. Remember that? I told y'all, isn't that unethical? Why would she be sitting up here talking about she was trying to help somebody shop a video, or somebody even asked her to help them shop a video? What does that say about her integrity? I have questions. So anyway, see, people like this are the kind of people that get somebody off on a technicality, which is what I told you all weeks ago. Please pay attention. So it goes on to say that the subpoena also comes on the heels of the attorney's statements that she had been asked to shop a particular video and contact a celebrity in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became public knowledge. She's doing too much. Now, in anticipation of his testimony, the witness's attorney made numerous statements to the media about his testimony, including that the government had subpoenaed him to testify about the alleged videos immediately after his appearance before the grand jury. Okay? That is what she did. He and his attorney were interviewed on the court steps. Say what? Literally on the court steps? Now, how desperate for clout are you? Now, I didn't know they interviewed these people on the court steps. Did you all know that? Did you all know that they were interviewed on the court steps? This is beyond ridiculous. Okay, please pay attention. Please pay attention, honey, because the clout chase is definitely real. If you're doing all of this, okay. And so anyway, we try to keep Diddy locked up where he belongs, not getting him out because people want to be out here running their mouths. Okay, so anyway, goes on to say that evening, they also sat down for an interview where the witness claimed that he had seen videos of 8 celebrities being victimized, including some who appeared to be minors, and all of them appeared intoxicated. Now, I want you all to pay attention to something. Do you think that Diddy would be filing a gag order? Let's just talk about it now, because Diddy ain't stupid, okay? Do you all think Diddy would be filing this gag order if he really thought they had those tapes? Ask yourselves. One's in the chat. I want to take a poll here. Do you all think that Diddy would be filing a gag order if he knew or felt that they actually had videotapes, flash drives? What do y'all think? Now, I proved to y'all yesterday that the man was telling a whole damn lie, because he sat up there and told us, or sat up there and told the people he was talking to, that the what did he say? He said something about the tapes, right? Said that he'd given the tapes away, and then he said he saw the tapes. First, he said he had the tapes. He gave them to the feds when they came to his house. Then he said he saw them. Then he said he knew Diddy. Then he said he didn't. But here's the main thing that I proved to you all yesterday to let you know he's a liar who lies, because he said, when asked on that man's show who gave him the tapes, he finally said a name. Before, he kept saying a friend of Kim's. But then he comes out and says Shakiur Stewart. Now, if you do your research, Shakiur Stewart is dead and has been dead since 2008. He has been dead since 2008. Kim Porter didn't die until November of 2018. So how did that man get that video, the flash drives and all of that from 2008 when Kim was still here? I want y'all to pay attention, okay? This is all crazy. Deronda said Courtney was clout chasing. Yes. And that's, my beloveds, is why I took down the video, because I don't deal with liars who lie. Okay, I know some people don't care about lying, and they don't care about who comes on their channel lying. They just don't. But I do. Okay, so with that all been said, goes on to say that these stories have spread rapidly through the media and created the impression that such a video exists, which is fake, and that the government is actually crediting his sensational claims, which is profoundly prejudicial. This all is absolutely true. Okay, whether we like Diddy or not, the law is the law, and this is absolutely true what they're doing. Now, while the witness and his attorney eagerly spread false and unchecked claims in the media, they have avoided subjecting their claims to verification through the legal process. For instance, the witness and his lawyer admitted that he resisted complying with the grand jury subpoena and only appeared after the marshals tracked him down. And when directly asked if they had the videos to back up their outlandish claims, the attorney responded saying, that's what we're going to head over to do now. To do now? I thought he said the feds came and got it. Are y'all listening? Did the queen call it or did the queen call it? I just want y'all to pay attention, because while everybody on ScrewTube is sitting up here caping for this man, thinking he's telling the truth, sharing his interviews and all that, this man's a whole liar. Okay, his lawyer says that's what we're about to head over and do now. How are y'all going to go get videos and flash drives that he told me on this live, and I got the video to prove it, that he gave it to the feds 2 days before he did my interview? Y'all see what I'm talking about here? Y'all see what I'm talking about here? Okay? See, this ain't no fake news over here. This is the real news. This ain't no narratives painted and pushed. This isn't clickbait. Please pay attention. And that's why the clickbait, the person who does the clickbait and tells the lies, is always trying to copy my talking points and my logic, as the insider said. But let me continue. So goes on to say, this is all so nefarious, said, and when directly asked if he had the videos to back up these outlandish claims, the attorney responded, that's what we're about to head over and do now. So we're having a hearing now to determine what we're going to do in terms of what documents we will have to turn over and what documents we do not have. Now, goes on to say that her references to documents rather than videos is a clear indication that they do not possess the latter. They ain't got no damn videos. She said they were going to get documents. She said they were going to get documents. They don't have no darn videos. It's a whole bunch of lies. And that Kim Porter book is fake and fraud. And here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention because they also sat up there, right, and said that Al B. Sure was only mad because they put Kim Porter's face on the book. But guess what? Kim Porter's face is still on the book. But what they did do was they removed the chapter about him where they were trying to say these salacious things about him and Diddy. They took that part out. Now, why would they take that part out when they said themselves that Al B. Sure was just mad about the picture? They left the picture but took out the lies. That's what they did. They took out the lies about him. I'm calling cap. Okay? I'm calling cap. Please pay attention, honey. When you have discernment like the queen, honey, you can never go wrong at the end of the day. Now, I'm not saying I've never been wrong, but what I'm saying is if you pay attention and you use discernment, you don't have to copy other people's talking points is all I'm saying. Fake Nancy Drew. Okay, but let me continue. So goes on to say, this is all so crazy. They had to track him down and all of this and said they're going to get documents. Where are the videos and flash drives? Now, indeed, this witness who has never even met Mr. Combs, but he said him and Diddy had a 30-year beef. Y'all remember that? He said him and Diddy had a 30-year beef. That's what he told me. That's what he told you. Okay? And that's what he told other people that he interviewed with. But you mean to tell me you never even met Mr. Combs? Claims that he received the tapes from an unnamed individual who was subsequently shot and killed. Oh, he said the person got shot and killed. Y'all You can't make this up. You see, this is why I go get the documents rather than just reading the articles, because you get all the scoop. Now, he done told them that the person who gave him the video was shot and killed. Is that what he told us? Is that what he told Sean Atwood? Because he told Sean Atwood that Shakur Stewart gave it to him. Oh, wait a minute. That's why he said shot and killed, because he's talking about Shakur Stewart. Please pay attention. That's literally what he's talking about, Shakur Stewart, because he was shot and killed. Okay, so he's sticking to the story. But here's the thing. Once again, Shakur Stewart died in 2008. Kim Porter then died in 2018. How did somebody have her supposed manuscript or memoir, and she didn't have it, and she didn't know about it? Okay? Are y'all listening? Tina Ross said he claimed it was a family beef. Whatever beef it was, he never met Diddy, period. And he even said that himself after the fact. He said that he never met him. And that's what I thought was crazy, because how are you having a beef with somebody you never even met? Make it all make sense. Just Anticipate said he can't keep up with his lies. He can, honey. He absolutely cannot. Okay, you know what? I think just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to show you all some of the receipts. Okay, I was going to do it later, but I'm going to show you all today. All right, I'm going to show you all today because we got time. And this is probably the only live I'll do today, unless some other drastic news pops up. But anyway, let me continue because this is all nefarious. So goes on to say that the man was shot and killed along with a purported memoir of the deceased mother of Mr. Combs' children that has since been denounced as fake. By treating these ridiculous claims as anything but a pathetic extortion scheme, the government is fueling the fire of online conspiracy theories and making it impossible for Mr. Combs to get a fair trial. This man gonna mess around and let Diddy out on bail. Please pay attention. Now, the government's main objective to the extension of the gag order is to extend the gag order to all civil litigants, is that it would be extraordinary and beyond the purview of the local rule. Based on this assertion, which is unsupported by any legal authority, okay, and ignores the rule's facial applicability to lawyers for grand jury witnesses and the witnesses themselves, the government suggests that this issue should be litigated. Okay, this should be litigated in the courts throughout the country. And so with that all been said, they say the government is inviting error. This court has an affirmative constitutional duty to minimize the effects of prejudicial pretrial publicity. They absolutely do. That's just the law. That's just the law. That's a fact right there. This is no lies detected. Okay, there is no lies detected. I want y'all to pay attention. So anyway, it goes on to say, now the recent press is especially damaging because it has occasioned another wave of leaks by law enforcement in violation of the court's October 25th, 2020 order. Remember, like I told y'all, the judge told them, hey, you haven't done anything wrong so far, but just keep your mouth shut. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. Now, goes on to say, a source familiar with the grand jury proceedings confirmed that a male is expected to testify Thursday. Indeed, even after the court's October 25th, did not tell you all that. I want y'all to pay attention because the queen called him. Remember, you heard it here first, okay? Other people be slipping up on this, but I told you all. Remember, I told you all how the judge warned them not to keep running their mouths. And then the next day, I read you all an article, I think it was from the New York Post, and they were saying what somebody was supposed to be saying. And I said, y'all, did they not learn their lesson? The judge literally told them to stop talking. And I said, they're going to mess around and let Diddy get out on a technicality. Okay, he's going to get a bail because of their silliness. Y'all remember I told y'all that, right? Please pay attention on that, honey. This is all crazy. But anyway, it goes on to say that indeed, even after the court's October 25th order, the leaks relating directly to the grand jury proceedings continue to be unabated. Okay? At a New York Post article published on October 31st of 2024, attributed the following to a federal law enforcement source who was involved in the investigation. This is exactly the article that I read to you. You'll all remember it because this is exactly what it said. They're all too happy to talk, says a federal law enforcement source who is involved in the investigation. Y'all remember me reading that? And I said, wait a minute, they still running their mouths? They ain't learned yet? We're asking them about their recollections of the freak-offs, what they were paid to do, and who else was involved. I'm surprised at how many of them can recall intricate details about what happened. The source told the Post that many of the men who were in their 20s at the time of the parties, but are now in their 40s, have aged out of their skin bids. And they've offered similar details about parties, including the drugs that were allegedly supplied. They were all encouraged to take Viagra and Cialis before the parties. Y'all remember me telling y'all all of this. So at the end of the day, the bottom line is they're still out there running their mouths. Now, the government has been investigating for nearly a year, and as they are aware, their own allegations about freak-offs do not relate to men at parties of alleged underage victims. In light of the continuing prejudicial extrajudicial statements by witnesses and their lawyers, and the extent to which those press statements generate further government leaks, we respectfully request that the court enter the attached proposed temporary order restraining the speech of potential witnesses and their counsel. I'm sorry. These people are just ridiculous. They're just out here running their mouths. This is all so crazy. Helen says, Queen, what about the victim that has refiled her case using the real name? If not, it's going to be thrown out. I don't know what she's going to do, honey. I haven't heard anything about it. Hopefully, if she wants to file her claim, she better do what they said. That's all I can say. Okay. And under those conditions, I don't know why she wouldn't just go ahead and say her name if she wants to get justice for herself. All right. So anyway, this is all crazy. So what do you all have to say about this? Don't you all think this is all so crazy that they keep running their mouths and they're going to mess around and let Diddy get a darn bail? Okay, please pay attention. Okay. Eric says, yep. Anyway, honey, let me just show you all something. Hold on. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. I'm going to let you all listen. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Hold on, beloved. Now I'm going to tell you guys something. Cookie said, I hope he don't get it, Queen. I hope he doesn't either. Okay. But when you got fools out here clout chasing running their mouths and all of this, and then they can't back up what they're saying, apparently, allegedly. Okay, this could absolutely be the case. And it's just real crazy. So anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about this, the lies that have been told. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Let me make sure I have my timestamp so I don't be looking all over the place. Okay. Now this is the interview of Chris Todd. Okay, the first person who came out and said that the book was true. Anita said, Queen, you knew exactly what they were doing because I believe that's exactly what they're trying to do, get him out. Yeah, this will get him out. Now, I'm not talking about Courtney and Chris Todd. They're not the ones trying to get him out. His attorneys are trying to get him out. Yeah, they've been trying to get him bail, changing the bail package agreements and all of this stuff. So yeah, if this keeps happening, he just might get what he wants. And mind you, it's his birthday. Okay, it's Diddy's birthday today, honey. So he would love nothing better than to get that gag order and then be granted bail. Please pay attention. Okay, so now I'm going to put an overlay on here, but I just want you all to hear what this man says. All right? Because I'm sorry, but the stories just keep changing. Let me see what overlay I'm going to put up here. There we go.
To join us, folks. As I said, we were scheduled to have Chris Todd on to talk about Kurt Cobain. That was the main event. We are going to get to that. We are going to get to OJ, but this Diddy story has gone mega viral all over the world. Chris has found himself in the center of the storm right now. His book, We're going to get the links in the description box. All the books, you can see them there in the background. His books are selling thousands of copies, and Chris has sweated blood over the years.
Hold on, I'm fast forwarding.
Combs. Obviously, I grew up with him. I knew who he was. These certain people who gave me an opportunity, and I only came forward because Sean was arrested. I actually didn't come forward. That's why we left the pseudonym or pen name on the book.
How old was Kim when she met Diddy?
I believe she was early 20s, like 20. I think she got married to Albie Shore when she was 19.
And what were the surprises for you researching this book?
Everything. You know, I didn't pay any attention to Sean Combs. Obviously, I grew up with him. I knew who he was. The Biggie story and Tupac, and Biggie and Tupac are in the book. You know, and there's a lot of stuff in there. And I have a copy here I can always hold up instead of necessarily pointing at it. Sorry. So there's a lot of celebrities in there. I didn't know a lot of this stuff. And look, obviously what I think Kim was doing is she was trying to either shame Diddy or get some type of revenge. And there's a lot of whispers that possibly she was poisoned in 2018. Okay. So I can get to that stuff another time. I'm not here to talk about Sean Combs being a serial killer, like people are writing and calling me. He's a serial killer, and Chris Lighty died, and Shakiur Stewart, and let's just take a breath, right? A lot of these, Andre Harrell and Heavy D, and they start saying all the names. It's like, I will investigate everything. But right now, you know, the Jamie Foxx thing is possibly a poisoning, and so is Albie Shore. And now Albie Shore is being vindicated online because now he's saying, told y'all, told you, you didn't think. And same with Mace. And
Now I want you all to pay attention to something. He's sitting here talking about now Albie Shore has been vindicated online because he was saying told you. Now he's trying to talk in favor of Albie Shore, the same man who put out that book with what Albie Shore said are nothing but lies, okay? Made up lies. I want you all to pay attention. And like I told you, if he was telling the truth, previously he said that he was willing to risk getting sued and going to court. But now he removes that part because he, guess what, doesn't want to get sued. Okay, he doesn't want to get sued. Please pay attention. The lies continue. At the end of the day.
And the people close to Diddy, they were saying it too, and we didn't believe them. I didn't either. So by the grace of God and some other stuff, I've been on this for 6 months, and it's an honor to be the voice of the voiceless, especially for Kim Porter. God bless her. I can't prove she was murdered this second. I'm not here to do that. But if this is her real story from the grave, a journey for justice from the other side, I'm honored to have presented it to the world.
All right, we've got almost 1,000 watching the live. I'm here with Chris Todd, author. He's written a slew of books on all these subjects we're discussing today. Right now, we're on Diddy and Kim Porter. Just to go over this a little bit more slowly then, Chris.
Sure.
So you said she met Diddy when she was in her 20s. Did it start out as a positive relationship for her at first, or was it abuse right away?
I wouldn't say it was abuse right away, but the way she talks about it is right away in like the first sexual encounters with him, there's something weird. The book starts out like that. And I'm not going to get into the graphic stuff. People can order it. People can go buy it. It's easy to Google search now. So, but there's obviously, I don't think Sean Combs was like so bad back then. I think he grew into that over years with the money and the power and the fame. Nobody could stop this guy. Let's be honest. And the devil tempts us all. I think his temptations were beyond what you and I get tempted with. Okay. And unfortunately, he dragged a lot of other people into it. That's the problem. And now there's tapes and there's footage. Okay. And I'm trying to protect people. I'm trying to protect Will Smith and Snoop and Jay-Z. Okay. I've been trying to help a lot of people in Hollywood for years. A lot of times they've just kind of kicked me to the curb. That's okay.
Now, y'all answer this, because maybe I'm confused. How is it that he's trying to help these people if he's at her calling their names? How are you trying to help them if you're calling their names? Okay, please make that make sense, okay? I have several questions, but let's continue.
Not holding a grudge, but so Kim's thing, yeah, I mean, look, we're here. We have a lot of famous people talking about it, tweeting, doing stuff. Let Kim talk to you herself. I didn't write the book, okay? She did. I put a disclaimer on the front page. I edited a little bit to help her. I didn't change anything she said. So,
Chris, I believe that Jeffrey was eliminated because there were people, really powerful people, who are untouchable by the legal system, like the Clintons, like the Queen's favorite son. If you look at parallels with Diddy, is there anyone out there right now that maybe from that untouchable tier? Because as Diddy's legal problems multiply, so does the risk of exposure to these people, which could lead to Diddy getting eliminated. What are your thoughts on that?
absolutely connected. Absolutely. They're already showing the photos of the white parties, right? They're bleeding over into the other parties with other famous people. I'm not going to say a bunch of names. I'm not going to do the name dropping thing right now. We both know celebrities, rich and famous, powerful, who have a sex addiction or a drug addiction. They're all together. I saw this on my OJ story. And
Okay, so with that all being said, I'm going to stop right there and go to the next video, the next interview that he did. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, this is him on another interview.
I had many conversations with the sources saying, why are we saying Jamal Millwood? I
right.
put the T there for Tupac, so I call it Jamal T. Millwood, so that in case there's really a Jamal Millwood in the world, at least we got a 1 in 26 chance that his middle initial isn't T, right?
Okay.
So I put T for Tupac because Tupac is part of the story in the book about Diddy having him shot with Jimmy Henchman. And Kim overhears them saying they want him to be murdered at the Quad Studios. Okay.
Right.
So this also then, if you look at the book, it says by Jamal T. Millwood for Kimberly A. Porter. You don't say by Kimberly Porter because you have a
for.
You say it's for her.
Right.
In reality, if everything is true, it's her book. Right.
Yeah.
So it's a form of protection. That's what people did. He's a culture vulture. He's a colonizer. I get it. I already knew that was coming. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not my first black story. Okay.
Yeah.
I was the guy who owned Emmett Till. And the victims of these certain rappers and hip hop artists like that. Same with Gene Deal.
Okay.
Same thing with Gene Deal. Okay. He's a former policeman. He was a bodyguard. I get it. He's not an investigator. They don't do what I do. Okay.
Okay. So you have, to a certain degree, different credibility or more credibility, specifically because you are an investigator, and they have been in the industry. You've been in the industry, and you're an investigator.
I've been for the last 10 years. I'm an investigative producer, journalist, and author. So
Gotcha.
What I'm getting at is, like, I would ask them this: do they go undercover and talk to killers? No, they don't.
Say the leaders, not. Yeah.
Sorry,
because I don't want no problems with you two. Okay, so real quick. All right, so Brown Sugar says, please hit the like button. Thank you for the super chat. We are low on likes.
When I do Kurt Cobain or Natalie Wood, these are white people. These are very white stories. Like, so And I've always.
Now, at some point, hold on, I'm trying to find the correct.
Did you know that
I'm trying to find the correct timestamp because at some point in this interview, he promised this man that he could have a copy of the tape or the screenshots from it.
No. And the victims that of these certain rappers and hip hop artists like that. Same with Gene Deal.
Okay.
Same thing with Gene Deal. Okay. He's a former policeman. He was a bodyguard. Comment on I X.
Okay. I'll try it. Okay. $AARON 1000. $AARON 1000. So contribute to the channel, buy my lunch, buy me some lunch, $10 or whatever. But you want to ask a question? Okay, so first question is, why are you in reference? I mean, who are you in reference to Diddy and Kim Porter? And you are like, how close are you to somebody close to this group of people? Are you anywhere close to anybody? Like Gene Deal was close. Are you close to anybody in any of this, or have you been around any of these people? Who?
Yeah, well, let me say this way. First of all, let me say this. I received a cease and desist letter from Sean Combs.
Okay.
Last week.
Okay.
I've never shown anybody it. I eventually will reveal it to the media, and it's 2 pages long, and it's from Diddy himself, from jail.
Now I want you all to pay attention, because what he's trying to say, he's trying to imply that because he received a cease and desist from Diddy from jail, that means what he's saying is true. But please pay attention, because that's not what that means. Okay, that does not mean that what he's saying is true. I'm not saying it means it's false, but it darn sure doesn't mean that it's true. But keep listening.
Okay.
Asking me for the flash drives. Trying to force me through his lawyers to bring forward the flash drives. Okay.
Okay.
So that's number one. So Diddy knows who I am, right?
Now, let me tell you all something. I want you to pay attention. He's sitting up here lying. I'm going to guarantee you. I'm going to say allegedly, but I'm pretty sure he's lying, because he said that Diddy sent him the cease and desist through his lawyers, trying to force him to give them the flash drives. Now, any lawyer who has common sense would not be trying to force him to do anything. Okay, that's unethical. Okay, a lawyer can get disbarred, get into trouble. Okay, at the end of the day, because this man could be deemed a witness. If he's seen the flash drive, he is a witness. And so with that all being said, you mean to tell me that Diddy's lawyers are so dumb that they're going to witness tamper after Diddy's already been accused of it, and that's why he didn't get bail? I want you all to pay attention. You have to think critically. This man is a liar who lies. Diddy's lawyer, if he did send him a cease and desist, didn't say anything about forcing him to give up flash drives. But you know how you know this is all cap? Because Courtney B was on this show before this man did this interview. And Courtney B told us that the feds came and got the flash drives. So now how is he sitting here saying that Diddy was asking for it? And also the person interviewing him, what's this guy's name? Because shout out to him. This guy is Mr. Let Go. Mr. Let Go literally asked him during the interview, could he have one of the tapes? He said, you got all these tapes. Can I have one? Or if you're going to release them, because he literally said he was going to release them to the public. So the guy's like, if you're going to release them, then can I get one? And he said, well, I'll give you a screenshot. He was like, why not just let me get one of the tapes? And he's like, okay, I'll give you one. He said, I'll give you a segment of one. That's literally what he said. Okay, that's literally what he said. Now, how are you going to give somebody a segment of a tape that you already told somebody else that you have to give to the FBI, or that your friend already said that the feds came and got? Please make it all make sense. Cloud chasing at its finest. And anybody who's believing this, you got to be slow, because this is no way I'm believing any of this bullshit. But let's continue.
Number two, the sources, absolutely. I am close to the sources, of course. Now, those sources, those are the ones who are close to Kim and Diddy. Both of them.
Now, pay attention. He said both of the sources are close to Kim and Diddy. Guess what? That's a lie too, because Courtney Burgess is supposedly one of the sources. And Courtney Burgess said already that he never met Diddy. So how was he close to Kim and Diddy? And if he was so close to Kim, why did he get the flash drives, allegedly, as he said, from Shakur Stewart? Why didn't he get them from Kim? Are y'all paying attention? Okay. Are y'all paying attention? At the end of the day, this is all so crazy. Cookie said he's definitely a major clout chaser. Okay, absolutely. But let's keep listening.
I'm not going to say who they are. I'm not going to say their names. And
okay, so they're close. Gotcha.
Very close.
Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to know if it was anybody. Okay. So next,
and I talk to them weekly.
You talk to them weekly. Okay. So if you talk to them weekly, what are they going through?
Hold on, let me fast forward.
This idea of select
easily send his people to the house as police officers because he has police on his payroll to, you know, act like they're being a detective, and they take the phone, but she still sends it to the cloud. Because I want you to think about this, and this is all an assumption because I don't know. If in that particular chapter, if he knows that she's about to fall out and she's on the phone with him and he got a smart ass like, what's wrong? Oh, I got the kids over here. What are you talking about?
Trump's tariffs would be a national.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to go to the next video. I was trying to find the timestamp from where he was telling the guy that he could, in fact, have a segment of one of the tapes. Okay, but let's go to the next one because listen to this. And this one, he's saying something about letting the tapes. He's going to be giving out the tapes, or he's going to, he says, if he released the tapes, the world would go crazy. Now, again, he's saying that he has the tapes, but Courtney B already said that the feds came and got the tapes. Okay, at the end of the day. So who's lying here? Who's lying here? The stories just keep changing, but let's continue.
If I was to release those tapes, the world would shut down. Okay. If I showed one of these tapes, I'm telling you right now, the whole music industry and Hollywood, it would just grind down like this. They're all going to start pointing at each other like this, and it's going to be bad.
Oh, it's going to get bad, all right.
So yes, am I going to go to Will Smith and Jada and ask them that? No, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
am I going to ask Jamie Foxx that?
Could you pull that up for me? I want to show you something.
Sure.
Now, again, you got to remember, this is a book that he got allegedly through a thumb drive, a USB drive stick that has not only Kim Porter's alleged diaries, but tapes and evidence. And he was given this after Kim's passing in a way to sort of get the truth out there by others. That's ultimately what this is about. Now, this guy's written some other books, other crime stories, etc. And that's ultimately, I guess, why he was selected. It's still a little confusing to me, but here's some more. Will Smith coming up again.
These are serious.
What do you think Will Smith would say? Can I say something? What do you think Will Smith would say if I called him up on his cell phone? I pull his number through a PI, right? And I call him up and I go, when Kim was pregnant, she says she's on the phone with you. And that Sean's on the phone with you, Will. And that he's talking about this. Do you think he's going to admit that that really happened? Right now, with everything that's going on with Sean Combs and all these celebrities are silent right now, do you really think he's going to talk to me? Do you think he's going to admit to that?
I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, I'm just giving you.
I'm not. The reason.
Now that's him talking to Mark Lamont Hill.
The tapes. There's other people that have the tapes. I can't control them. We already know they're shopping in Hollywood. We have proof of other people telling us. We actually didn't have that one they showed. So there's multiple out there. Remember, this has been going on for 30 years. So I'm not the only one who has them. I think I have specific ones that no one has. But so yeah, it's gonna be extremely shocking. We've got to be really just kind of one step at a time.
But
So-
you can confirm nor deny that.
Here's another portion here. How many tapes?
Let's say there's 10 tapes, right?
So this is hypothetical.
Yeah. Hypothetically, there's 10 tapes. There's a couple of those that no one has, but the flash drive has. I can pretty much guarantee.
And
that.
how can you?
Because if anybody has those, they're going to go to jail. If they release what I believe they think they have or they want to release, they will most likely go to jail. That's why we're working with the federal government.
So
we're working.
Now I want you all to really pay attention. Okay. Are you all paying attention? Because here's the thing. He said, if somebody has the ones that they think they have, they're going to go to jail. Why would they go to jail? Because they would be in possession of kitty corn. Now, so that's what he's talking about. But if you remember Courtney B, when he was on here, I asked him, aren't you afraid of going to jail if you have stuff, on the videos where you said that Justin was underage or whatever? And he said, no, because I didn't even look at it. And the feds came and got it 2 days ago. So I want you all to pay attention. Now, this video where he's talking, this was from a month ago. So this would have been before the feds allegedly came and got the videos or the flash drives from Courtney B. But nonetheless, here's the thing that's important to note. He's claiming that somebody else had videos with something illegal on it, which would likely be minors. So he's saying that he doesn't have that, but now that they don't have it, right? But Courtney B said that they did. Okay. Dragon Lily said he's going to jail for lying. Okay, he needs to go somewhere, honey, because this is all crazy. I'm going to stop right here and go to the last video that I'm going to play. And this is the first one that he did, the first interview that he did. And I want y'all to hear this one. I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. We're going to get into Kamala in just a second.
Which Todd says she gave to friends prior to her death. Again, her family and loved ones have denied this, but either way. So with that in mind, I sat down with this author, and he goes by the name Chris Todd, and he published this book under the pseudonym Jamal T. Millwood, seemingly in reference to a conspiracy regarding Tupac Shakur's death. So look, with all that in mind, I'm going to play you portions of this interview, and you can make your own judgments about what to take away from this. All right, Chris, thank you so much for coming on here on Sidebar. Happy to have you. So first, for anybody knows, how did you come about the Kim Porter story? How did you get these materials? How did you get involved in this?
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey. I appreciate you having me on today. Thank you so much. About 6 to 8 months ago, I found out through another person, kind of like a manager of mine, that there was possibly Kim Porter's flash drive. Also, there was talk of a iCloud or cloud and a password and things that were left behind by Kim Porter. At first, I didn't really know what to believe. Obviously, I know a lot about the story. And then through about a month or two, I got to personally meet somebody very close to these sources, let's say. Okay. There's a couple of people involved. It's not just one person.
Let me say something here. Daryl said this is a distraction. A distraction from what, beloved? It's not a distraction unless you're one-track minded. Okay, I can do multiple things at once. How is it a distraction? Because at the end of the day, we're going to be talking about the election next. I can talk about a myriad of things, beloved. Okay, maybe you get distracted, but I clearly don't. Okay, that's why I'm always on top of everything. Please pay attention. Okay, if it's a distraction, you don't have to tune in. Come back when you're not distracted. That's all I'm saying. But let's continue.
And there was a celebrity source involved that was very close to Kim and Diddy. And so I kind of perked up a little bit, like, okay, I did a lot of research about the circles, and I was like, this could be true. This could be real. So I went down the rabbit hole and I investigated it to the best of my ability, quickly, as fast as I could. This is a big story. It's moving 1,000 miles an hour right now. And I do believe what I was given is real.
Can you share with us where this hard drive came from, how it was found, this flash drive, I should say? Where was it found, or it just came out of?
Flash drive
Yeah, where'd it come from?
This flash drive was held onto for 5.
Now I want you all to really pay attention, because here's the thing. Joy says, how does he know Diddy and Kim? Well, that's a good question. I don't think he ever knew either of them. When he was asked on the last interview, he told the guy that Diddy wrote him a letter for a cease and desist while he's in jail. So Diddy knows who I am. That's what he said. So that's how Diddy knows you, because he sent you a cease and desist, clearly. Okay. Now I want you to pay attention, because now he's saying that there's only one flash drive is the way he's talking. Okay. He's not saying a specific number, but he's talking without using a plural form. Okay. He's like, how did I get the flash drive? Okay. So please pay attention. And now they're talking about, at one point they said there was like 10, and then another time they said there was 11. Okay. So it just keeps going up and up. I'm just curious.
5 years. This flash drive is from Kim Porter.
Any reason why it was held onto? I know you're not going to reveal the name of your source or where you got it from, but why? Can you tell us why it was held onto for so long?
Election season is here. Remember, who you vote.
Hold on, beloveds. Likes up, everyone. Please get those likes up. Thank you.
Stop asking research.
We're afraid.
Because what's the main theme? What's the main theme here?
In the book?
Now I want you all to pay attention to what he says right here. Now the gentleman is asking him, what's the main theme? He almost seems as if he doesn't quite know how to answer it. For somebody who claims to be the best investigator in the world. That's literally what he said on an interview, that he's the best detective or investigator in the world. Okay, please pay attention. Now listen to how he answers this.
Or in the, we're talking about the book, or are we talking about?
Yeah, what's the main theme of the book, and also your interpretation of why it was held onto? You said there was a concern there. Well, what's the main theme?
Through our PIs right now, we do have some evidence that Kim Porter may have been poisoned and murdered.
And
now I want you to pay attention right there. I want you all to pay attention right there. He said that we may have some evidence that Kim Porter was poisoned or murdered. Now, mind you, he literally got this from online, from what people were saying online, I believe. But watch what he says when he's pressed about this. Okay, because the guy's going to ask him, or going to tell him how Kim died and all of that, and then press him about him saying he has this evidence of her being poisoned. And he's going to try to change the subject and deflect. Okay, please pay attention.
And we actually, before you came on, we did an earlier sidebar episode where we had an expert on who said that it would be difficult to find a poison that would mask the symptoms of lobar pneumonia, that it wouldn't make sense to him that the findings from the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office would be incorrect. They're a very thorough group. Why would he be wrong?
I'm not saying he's wrong, but we need to listen to the people that are online, even these online sleuths, the bloggers. A lot of information comes out from this kind of community.
Now he's trying to say, now he literally just told this man that he and his team had evidence. We may have some evidence. And mind you, he's already said that he's an investigator. He's a whole detective. Okay, he's a whole private investigator. Let him tell it. So when he says that we may have some evidence, wouldn't you think that he had been investigating and found something? But no, now he's trying to say that he got this from the online sleuths. Please pay attention.
And there's talk of toxins being in her system at first. It was called deferred at first, then it was changed.
But how do you separate people who always have conspiracy theories and rumors versus legitimate facts? I mean, you believe that there's something here. You said you did your independent research. How can you tell our viewers and our listeners that there's something more here legitimately and not just listening to the noise out there?
Now watch this.
I'm really more focused on the book right now and the memo.
See, now all of a sudden he's focused on the book. You literally just told this man that you might maybe have some evidence. Now he's more focused on the book. You know why he's more focused on the book? Because he doesn't want to answer that man's questions. Because the truth of the matter is, he doesn't have any damn evidence to prove that she was poisoned. He doesn't have possibly any evidence. That's what it is, saying that he may have evidence. No, you may not have evidence, okay? Sir, all you did was hear what we said online. That's all him and Courtney B have been doing the entire time, mimicking what other people have already been saying, like the story about Danny Boy and Mary J. Blige. I told y'all that a year and a half ago, and it's been all over TikTok for years, okay? Jaguar and Gene Deal have said a whole bunch of stuff, and all they're doing is parroting what these people have said, trying to clout chase and get money at the same time. This Kim Porter book, it's fake and fraud, and so are they. I don't care if everybody online on YouTube believes that it's true. I know that they're lying. I want y'all to pay attention. But with that all been said, let's continue.
Memoir. As for investigating, doing the autopsy, looking at the autopsy close,
Okay.
I'm open to that. Yeah, but mainly I'm focused on the memoir.
So let's talk about this. How do you know for sure it's her words? It's a memoir from her, because it's in typewritten, right? It's you would say that it was from a computer. How do you know it's from her?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I'm getting that asked all the time. I work a lot of cases, okay? I claim to have solved the 2 most famous cold cases in history, okay? I like to think I'm good at what I do. So when they came to me, and when I work with any whistleblower or source, I don't always believe them. I don't believe everything they say. I put them through my test, by my feel, my spirituality, forensics. There's a lot of things that I do. Dealing with the sources and the people that I've contacted closely, obviously it's a dark story. It's dangerous. I'm familiar with this. Whistleblowers and sources don't always tell you everything. They don't show you metadata. They don't show you things that are going to trace it directly to them. So, like I said in the Rolling Stone article and another one that's coming out today or tomorrow, if you put my feet to the fire and God asks me life or death, do you know it's 100% her flash drive? No, I do not. But based on my feel, I prayed on it, and I felt I was to take a leap of faith, so I came forward with it.
Some people would say, why publish it if you're not 100% sure?
Well, I also am an investigative producer, an author. I'm a storyteller. A lot of my fans know me very well. And the media in Hollywood, a lot of times, they don't want the truth. So they do projects and stories and unscripted and scripted that are not always completely 100% true. I'm no different than them. I would like to.
Now, he's not lying right there. He is not lying right there. Some people don't care about the truth. They just want salacious details so they can gossip about it, or they just want salacious details that they don't care whether or not it's true, so they can just post it online and get clicks and views. Some people absolutely don't care about the truth. There's no lies there.
Turn this book into a movie or a series, and we're shopping that right now.
What, from reading these pages, what is your overall takeaway? If this is in fact Kim Porter's memoir, what is your takeaway from it?
It's disturbing. It's dark. It's sad. This is an abused woman telling her story. When I first read the whole thing, I only had a couple pages at first. Now, as for the tapes, I've been told that I can have access to the tapes.
What are the tapes? First, start there. What tapes are you talking about?
The big ones.
You're talking about sex tapes.
Yeah, but with very famous people.
Okay, so now he's saying that he has more than one tape. First, he was talking about a flash drive as if it's only one. Now he's saying that he has multiple tapes, and he's talking about the big ones. Okay. Yvonne said that's one thing about lying. Once you start, you have to continue because they forget the first lie that was told. Exactly. That's what my mother used to tell us when we were kids. Okay. When we used to be lying. Please pay attention.
Okay, so talk to us about what you were told about the tapes.
That if I pass the test, they trust me, I will be the one to do it.
Who's they?
The sources and the people around the community of Kim and Diddy.
And with all due respect, why wouldn't they bring that information to law enforcement? Why wouldn't they just drop it in, CNN's or ABC or any other news outlets mailbox? Why come to you as opposed to law enforcement or another media organization?
If one of the people are underage in the sex tape, I have to, per my attorney, go to the FBI.
Well, why didn't he go to the FBI? Because according to Courtney B, he had the tapes and the FBI had to literally come to him and get it. And if you remember, I asked him specifically, well, how did they know you had the tapes? And he said he guessed Wade or somebody told him. Okay, so please pay attention. This is all nefarious.
I'm not going to comment right now if I'm in possession of the tapes or not, per my lawyer. So, but to answer your question, these people are scared. And what you're saying, like, well, if they just dropped it off at CNN or they just emailed it, that's not the appropriate way to do this.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, you're in a very interesting position right now, and clearly a lot of people are very interested in what you've presented. But I mentioned this before, I'm going to mention this again. As you know, this has been met with criticism. Porter's family and friends say this memoir is a fake. Albie Shore says it's fabricated, that it's offensive. Reportedly also came out and said, quote, a significant suit headed right for the heads of the responsible parties who dragged my name into this. Porter's friends, Kimora Lee Simmons, LaWanda Lane, told Rolling Stone that they don't know you at all. Lane said every page in that book is false.
Folks, this Democrat Party is more radical than ever. They've embraced a nastier vision of
wouldn't write a memoir, that she would never write a memoir, that she liked her life to be private. Rolling Stone also reported that a source close to the Combs family says the family is exploring all of their options and saying, quote, the baseless pages in the book not only misrepresent Miss Porter's lived experience and legacy, but also continue to cause unnecessary distress to her loved ones. And her children came out with a statement today on Instagram, which I read before. What's your reaction to all that?
We did $1 million in sales in 12 days. The people want the truth. There's people writing me from all over the world, thanking me. What you just said, I know I'm still reading this stuff. I can't even keep up with it right now. I've actually have to hire people to read the stuff. We have to think about who these people are talking about. They're possibly talking about the devil. So if they say it's not real, remember who's saying that. Okay. A lot of people believe it's real. A lot of African Americans believe it's real. They're telling me, they're calling me. I'm talking to all the bloggers and
now I want you all to pay attention because he said that the African Americans are calling him and telling him that they believe it's real. Okay, I want you to pay attention to that statement that he just said because in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, he's going to contradict what he just said. Please pay attention.
podcasters because I'm an open book. I talk to the little people. So my point is I still am assessing what's being said by everybody close. I get it. But this is what happens just like on my other cases. Yeah, they said they didn't do it too. And it turned out to be I was right. So like I said, this is going to play out. I can't say I'm 100% right this second, but I'm not pulling that book down. Under my First Amendment, my civil rights, I'm not pulling it down.
Are you prepared to potentially be sued over this?
Absolutely. I'm already prepared. And also, let's remember, Amazon, Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post. Okay? I'm sure he's for freedom of speech and also some form of free press. I've been blocked and censored by the media for years, and I'm not going to bring it up. Everyone can do their own homework.
Now, he just said he's been blocked and censored by the media for years. He's not going to bring it up, but yet he just brought it up. And then he said everyone can do their own homework. How the hell are we supposed to do homework to find out that he was blocked and censored for years unless he gives us the information about how he was blocked and censored for years? This dude is a whole damn liar, and it's really ticking me off, okay? At the end of the day, he's sitting up here disparaging Kim and all of this and just lying and clout chasing. But let's continue.
It's not happening to me anymore.
So there was a quote from you in that Rolling Stone article where you say, if I'm so hot and my story and project's #1 on Amazon, where is everybody? Where's my agent? Where's CIA? The people I called for 12 years. I'm trying to explain to you, this is not about Kim Porter. It's about Chris Todd. And I wonder if somebody could interpret that statement and say, you know, he's taking this and he's saying whatever he needs to say for fame and fortune. It's not about getting the real message out there. It's not about getting Kim Porter's story out there. It's about Chris Todd. What would your response be to that?
That's what it is. It is all about him, and it's about a grift for him and Courtney B.
You know, I worked really hard to get to this point. And the other case that I did recently, that was supposed to happen like this. That was supposed to go viral, and it didn't. And that's up to God. I don't control that. Obviously, we're here at this moment, and it's probably the biggest scandal story.
Now, I want you to pay attention because his other book was supposed to go viral and didn't. Okay. This is why he took his opportunity to publish this book about Kim Porter, in my opinion. But let's continue because he's about to contradict himself. Remember what he said about African Americans calling him and that African Americans are so glad that he did this and all of that. I want you to just keep listening.
In America right now, I feel that I just work hard, keep my heart and mind open, and I'm kind of guided spiritually. And I will say this, and I don't know how this will come off to people. I have many cases and many victims. My clients are mostly murdered victims or deceased victims. I am the voice of the.
Now, please pay attention. He said his clients are mostly murdered and deceased victims. Sir, how do you have clients that are dead? Did y'all hear what he said? He said his clients are mostly murdered and deceased victims. So your clients are dead people? How do they acquire your services, sir? This man is lying so much he can't even keep his story straight. And now he's just saying stuff that's insidiously obtuse.
Voiceless, right? Now, what I meant by saying like, well, that's not about Kim so much, it's about Chris Todd. That's to keep a little bit of a buffer for her, okay? So that everyone's not so focused. And I know also the sources, they know that too. And I'm not stupid. Are these sources playing me a little bit? Maybe, but that's okay. If I have to go through some pain and hardship, if I have to go to court, it's not going to be my first time in court. And I put out a message to some of the people to get to the lawyers, be careful. Because remember, you're talking about Kim.
Now I want you all to pay attention right here. Now he's trying to make people feel shamed if you're saying that the book is fake. Because he says, be careful, because now you're talking about Kim. No, we're not talking about Kim, sir. We're talking about you and your lies. Okay, we don't have any verification. We don't have it. The book has not been authenticated. It has not been confirmed that Kim even wrote it. And so with that all being said, we're not talking about Kim. We're talking about you and your lying ass at the end of the day. Somebody said in the chat, Queen, you know what he meant. No, I don't know what he meant because he's a liar who lies. And so when you're a liar who lies, I don't know what the hell you mean. So I go by what you say. Okay, and that doesn't mean that I'm going to believe it, but that's what I'm going to go by. I don't know what he meant. Okay, please pay attention.
It turns out that it's Kim's typos and they're her lies. Remember?
Now he said if it turns out it's Kim's typos and her lies. I want you all to pay attention to how he's trying to get rich off this book. He's already gotten rich. He got $1 million in 12 days. But at the end of the day, listen to this. He's trying to act like he's trying to protect Kim. Like that's why he said it's not about Kim. It's about Chris Todd. No, it's about Chris Todd because he wants the money and he's grifting and lying. That's what it is. At the end of the day, my whole thing is he's sitting here trying to act like he's protecting Kim. No, he's absolutely not. He's actually disparaging her. Okay, that's what he's doing. Sitting up here saying all this crazy stuff and just telling one lie after another, in my opinion. Okay, but let's continue because I want y'all to hear what he's going to say in about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to get into Kabami.
Remember, you're talking about abused woman.
And would you be willing to submit these papers to an independent auditor of some kind or an independent agency to verify that it's, you know, her work? I don't know how they would be able to do it, but because it's not handwritten. But if there was a mechanism in place to independently verify it, would you do that?
I have some things I haven't released yet.
Now you'll see how he skipped over that question. The man asked him, would he allow for it to be verified if it could be? He says, I have some things I haven't released yet. What the hell does that have to do with the question? Yes, he's gaslighting, beloved. He absolutely is. Okay, Monty said he's full of bull. Yes, he is. Okay, and so with that all being said, this is all so darn crazy, but let's keep listening because we're almost done. Oh, and another thing too, I just want to bring this to you all's attention. So he said that he was willing to go to court, and he's been to court before. He was talking all big and bad. Y'all heard him say it, right? But now he's removed the entire chapter that had Al B. Sure mentioned in it, just because he doesn't want to get sued. But sir, I thought you were Billy Badass and said that you didn't care about going to court, and you've been to court before. Okay, so please pay attention.
That can show very much more that this is really hers. I have to do it piece by piece. And also the sources are testing me a little, and they're trying to, we all agreed that we need to see what happens when the memoir comes out first. I have 2 pages from that flash drive.
Atera is the IT.
Now he has pages from a flash drive, 2 more pages from the flash drive. Please sit down somewhere.
That are endearing, they're heartfelt, they're actually done by someone else wanting to help Kim, and that really explains more of why this is happening, why they waited all these years, why they're using me. I mean, they're calling me a culture vulture and a parasite and a colonizer. I get it. I'm just telling you right now, God brought me to her, or God brought her to me. I'm sorry that I'm white.
Now that's what got me right there. He said he's sorry that he's white. I want y'all to pay attention. And then he said people are calling him a culture vulture and a colonizer. But just a few minutes ago, he said that African Americans were calling him and thanking him. Now, all of a sudden, they're calling you a culture vulture, sir, and a colonizer. Sir, which one is it? Which one is it? Okay, this is all so nefarious. That's all so nefarious. Okay, Sam said, that's who you are, sir. He literally just sat here. Buckhurst DC called him Sideshow Bob. Okay. Red Wine Entertainment said he's full of it. All right. Yvonne said, now leave God out of your foolishness. Exactly. Okay, I think we've heard enough to just ascertain that this man's a whole liar who lies. And I've already shown you all the proof yesterday that Courtney B was lying when he sat up there and told us all in my interview that I did with him that is now removed. Okay. He sat there and told us all that he told the Sean Atwood that he got the video, right? He said he got that stuff from Shakiur Stewart, the flash drives and all that information. And then, he said it because that's you heard him say it. And even in the court papers that I just read, where Diddy's trying to get this gag order to stop him from saying all this stuff, then it says that he's claiming that the man who gave it to him got shot and killed. And Shakiur Stewart did get shot and killed. Question is, why would Shakiur Stewart, who died in 2008, have 10 years before Kim Porter dies, her manuscript? Just remember you heard it here first, because while everybody is out here getting all these YouTube clicks off of nothing but lies that this man's been telling and that Courtney B's been telling, please pay attention to who told you the truth. And I took down that video. I didn't care if it was monetized. I didn't care how much money I made off of it. I took that video down because I don't deal with liars who lie. And I'm not that hard up for cash. Okay, please pay attention. All right, please pay attention. I'm not saying that anyone else is, because maybe some of them actually believe the lies he's telling, which makes me question their how knowledgeable they are. Okay, because I don't believe a word of it. But anyway, let's continue. Let's get into Kabami, because did you all know, we're at Support the Arts right about now, because did you all know that the wanton supremacist by the name of Richard Spencer has endorsed Kamala? I find it all very interesting. How y'all feeling about that? But y'all said Trump's racist. Y'all said Trump's racist, but yet the racist endorsed Kabami, not Trump. And she accepted that endorsement. Okay, Richard Spencer. I know y'all know who he is, honey, because he is world renowned for being a wanted supremacist. Okay, you couldn't miss him if you wanted to. Let's get into it. Prominent white supremacist Richard Spencer endorses Kamala Harris. That's what he did. Okay, now it's no way in the hell I would ever accept an endorsement from someone who don't even like people who look like me. Make it all make sense, Kabami, if you could. Let me just share this on the screen so y'all can see it with your own too. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? It's all true. I don't have to make it up. I don't have to make it up, honey. Support the arts, come forth. That's what Sandra says. All right, where are you? Support the arts. So let's talk about it. Goes on to say one of the United States' foremost white supremacists is urging his followers to support Vice President Harris in the presidential election next week. And see, let me tell y'all something, honey. By the fact that this man who's a whole wanton supremacist is supporting her, y'all should know that she's not black. That should let you know right there that she's not black. Okay, why would a white supremacist support her? Please sit down somewhere, comment me. But let me continue. Richard Spencer, an avowed racist, anti-Semite, an admirer of Nazism, who coined the term alt-right. He literally made that term up. Please pay attention. That is how serious he is. Okay, this is how much it's embedded into the fiber of his DNA. And this is how much it's ingrained in him. Please pay attention, okay? Now, he coined the term and was a featured speaker when he took part in the deadly 2017 rally at Charlottesville, Virginia, where the woman got killed. And they lied and said that Trump said, oh, it was good people on both sides. He did say that. He said, but not the Nazis. That's the part they edited out. Please pay attention, but let me continue. Okay, so with that all being said, he called Harris the best manager of the American empire. Now, Spencer, who also gained international recognition after yelling, "Hail Trump, hail our people," and being greeted with Nazi salutes during a white nationalist event in November of 2016, also condemned former President Trump's strong support of Israel. Oh, well, that's interesting because who supports them is Kabami, and I'm going to prove it in just a second. Hold on, stay tuned. Harris wanted to be all things to all people on the issue of Israel, but ultimately he preferred where she landed. Okay, he says at the DNC she said that she 100% supports Israel. She'll give Israel lethal aid. She also said that the suffering is tremendous, and that she also said that Palestinians deserve their own state, their own sovereignty, that they need to have a government, a legitimate organization through which they can live in peace side by side with Israel. I have criticisms of that, but nonetheless, I find that better than Donald Trump, is what he said. Now, Spencer, who famously backed Trump in 2016, said the former president disappointed him. Trump has closed off discussions of important ideas, and he has amplified idiocy. Okay, this is what he says. Now, the Harris campaign did not respond to requests from comment. I know they didn't. You know why he's really mad at Trump? Y'all know why he's really mad at Trump, right? Y'all do know why he's really mad at Trump. Why he has disavowed Trump. Because Trump said that African Americans built this country. And then Trump said, well, we all did, but they played a pivotal role or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But that's why he's mad. That's exactly why Richard Spencer got mad. I want y'all all to pay attention. Okay, so with that all being said, yeah, the wanton supremacists supporting Kabami, I have several questions. Now, with that all being said, let's get into it. Because here's the thing. This is why Kabami is not to be trusted. Now, he said that she's better than Trump as it pertains to supporting Israel. I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm about to show you. Because, beloveds, this is epic. Okay, this is how you know that Kabami is just a liar who lies. Please pay attention.
Finds tonight mixed message.
Now I want you all to pay attention because here it is. CNN is the one who broke this story and reported her. CNN is the one who reported this story, but CNN is a Kabami fan. Now even the people who have supported her are calling her out on this bullshit. Now just listen to it. Let me enlarge this.
Investigation this hour finds Kamala Harris is targeting crucial battleground voters with vastly different messages on Gaza and Israel. This ad is running in Michigan, which has the largest Arab population in America.
What has happened in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
All right, well, it's a very different story for an ad in Pennsylvania targeting Jewish voters.
Let me be clear. I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself, and I will always ensure the ability to defend itself because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7th.
Different message. Andrew Kaczynski is out front now. So, Andrew, those obviously do sound.
Now, let me just pause right there for a second. Did you guys hear that? Somebody said they couldn't hear. I'm sorry, beloved. That's as high as it can go up. Okay, somebody said turn up the volume. That's as high as it'll go. Now, what she said, there's two different campaign ads that she's running. One where she's telling the Jewish people that she's going to always support Israel. This is what she said. Then to the other people, she told a whole nother story. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention how this woman, this isn't flip-flopping right here, Terry Hinton. This isn't flip-flopping. This is flat out lying. You say one thing to these people, and then you say another thing to these people. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention. At the end of the day, she's just a liar who lies. But let's continue.
Starkly different, to say the least. Tell me more about what you found.
Yeah, that's right. And look, this really illustrates the sort of fine line that the Harris campaign is trying to walk here in the closing weeks, closing days of this campaign on the issue of Israel. Here you have two entirely different constituencies, and they are getting two entirely different messages. There are often times these constituencies have very opposing views on this. If you are a Jewish person in Pennsylvania, you saw that ad that you're getting. You are getting that ad that talks about how strong she is in Israel. If you're a Muslim voter in Michigan, you are getting that.
Okay, I'm going to play that video again on a different thing. So maybe this one will play louder. I don't know. Okay, let's see. This is all crazy, honey. Sitting up here telling all these lies.
Cynical than that? Check this out and thank you. My God, for the Jews, one ad for the Arabs. Does it get more cynical than that? Check this out and thank you. My God. First, CNN. Go.
Tonight, mixed messages. A K-file investigation this hour finds Kamala Harris is targeting crucial battleground voters with vastly different messages on Gaza and Israel. This ad is running in Michigan, which has the largest Arab population in America.
What has happened in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
All right, well, it's a very different story for an ad in Pennsylvania targeting Jewish voters.
Let me be clear. I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself, and I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself, because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7th.
I mean, a lie doesn't care who tells it. Okay, a lie doesn't care who tells it. Now I want you all to listen to this, because this is where she's a whole hypocrite and so fake. Listen to this.
Is Gen Z in the house? Who's voting for their first time at the first election? All right. Now, here's the thing I love about you young leaders. You know, you are rightly impatient for change. You are rightly impatient. You who have only known the climate crisis, you are leaders in what we need to do to protect our planet. You who grew up with active shooter drills, you know what we have to do to fight for safety in our schools. You who right now know fewer rights than your mothers and grandmothers understand the importance of fighting for the right of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do. And this is why I love you, the young leaders who are here, because for you, this is not theoretical. This is not political. This is not about some debate. It is about your lived experience. And you are here, and I see you because I see your power. And you are here because you know your power. And I am so proud of you. And everyone, let us applaud our young leader.
Let us applaud our young leaders. I am so proud of you because you know your power. But oh, this is what she really thinks about the young leaders. See, she's such a liar who lies, and she is so fake.
Thinks of you. If you're 18 to 24, this is what Kamala Harris thinks of you.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories, and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
So let's run with her logic. 18 to 24-year-olds are stupid and make bad decisions. The age group of 18 to 24 has shown strong support for the Democratic Party. In 2023, about 66% of this age group identified as Democrat or leaning Democrat, while 34% identified as Republican or leaning Republican. This trend reflects a broader pattern where younger voters tend to lean more Democratic compared to older age groups. So she's saying young people, 18 to 24, are stupid. But that same age group votes Democrat at a higher rate than any other age group. So according to her own logic, what is that telling us? All the other age groups who are more mature and have more under their belt don't vote Democrat at such a high rate, but this age group does. And she said this age group is stupid. It's wild.
Yeah, think about that for a second. Okay, she said they're stupid. So they must be stupid for voting for the Democrats. Okay, because that's clearly who they vote for. Please pay attention. She is just a liar who lies and so damn fake and fraud. Okay, that is absolutely annoying.
Sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
I think she was actually drunk in that clip, but I don't know. She looked like she was a little drunk in that clip to me. I mean, that's just me, okay? But let's go to what she had to say about the economy. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Yeah, Pretty Wing said not even funny. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't.
Voters. And what's your message to Michigan voters in terms of the economy? We have auto workers who are being laid off and those who fear that they might be laid off. The average person can't afford groceries or their rent. And recent polls in Michigan show that Michigan voters believe that Donald Trump would do a better job with handling the economy and bringing jobs back. What do you say to that?
Well, let's start with this. I come from the middle class, and I'll never forget where I come from. My mother worked very hard. She, by the time I was a teenager, was able to save up for our first home. And I understand.
We understand that you use the same talking points all the darn time. Now listen to this, because on this clip, they literally asked her. She still's not answering questions. She's still not allowing people to know where she stands on anything. Because when she speaks about Gaza and Israel, she says two different things to whomever. It depends on whomever she's dealing with or whomever she's speaking to. This is someone who's genuinely not authentic. Now, say what you want about Trump, but Trump is his authentic self. Okay, we already know how Trump is and what he's going to do and what to expect. At the end of the day, this woman is fake and fraud, okay? She is not authentic. At the end of the day, she doesn't want people to know who she really is. This is why she won't answer this question about Prop 30, okay? Prop 36.
So my ballot is on its way to California. And how did you vote on Prop 36? So my ballot is on its way to California, and I'm going to trust the system that it will arrive there. And I am not going to talk about the vote on that because honestly, it's the Sunday before the election, and I don't intend to create an endorsement one way or another around it. So, but I did vote.
This is no surprise coming from Kamala Harris. Just going back to 2020, she endorsed George Gascon for LA District Attorney when he was running at the time. during the whole George Floyd BLM riots. That has now came out to be a complete scam. And since then, what has George Gascon done for 4 years? Just basically releasing criminals into the street so they can commit the same.
Now, with that all being said, y'all hear how she didn't want to answer that question? She did not want to answer that question, period. So I have to wonder, how does she really stand on it? Okay, because what is Prop 36? For those of you who missed it, let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Before I get into this, let's have a word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, with that all being said, you can purchase your 12 Tribes at Etsy.com. Look for Lisa Crafts, and also you can purchase it at Walmart.com. Okay, so I want you all to pay attention because she would not say whether she was for or against Prop 36. Okay, she wouldn't say, which leads me to believe that she's for it. What would Prop 36 do? Proposition 36, we call it Prop 36 for short. Okay, it would reclassify some misdemeanor theft and drug crimes as felonies. Okay, so if something was a misdemeanor before, it's now going to be a felony. Okay, the measure would also create a new category of crime, a treatment mandated felony. Okay, people who don't contest the charge could complete drug treatment instead of going to prison. But if they don't finish treatment, they could face up to 3 years in prison. This is what Prop 36 is. And so I'm pretty sure that she's all for it, because let's not forget that she was a whole top cop. And then she laughed about sending people to prison for truancy. She thought it was all fun and games. Okay, so I just want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, I'm not painting narratives here. I'm literally telling you all what she said. Okay, she's not giving any direct answers. Gaslighting and deflecting. The lady didn't ask her if she voted. The lady asked her, did she agree with it, right? So anyway, let's talk about the migrants. What she has to say about that. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go. This is all so sad.
For taking the time to be here to make up a final decision. Jackson. Thank you, Anderson.
Hey, Jackson.
Thank you for taking the time to be here too, Vice President
You too.
Harris.
Thank you.
Regarding the rapid increase in the migrant population, how will you ensure that every immigrant is integrated into American society safely? What benefits and subsidies will you provide them with? And how long will these benefits and subsidies last for an individual? Most importantly, will the American citizens' taxes pay for these benefits and subsidies? And if so, how much money will be allocated?
Well, thank you, Jackson. Let's start with this. America's immigration system is broken and it needs to be fixed. And it's been broken for a long time. And part of what we need to do is always prioritize what we need to do to strengthen our border. I will tell you, I'm the only person in this race among the two choices that voters have. I've personally prosecuted transnational criminal organizations in the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I have spent a significant...
I'm telling you guys right now, I don't want this to be one of those videos where I pause it a lot, but is this not the biggest contradiction ever? She's the massive flip-flopper. Whenever she does her hands like this is just summing it up a lot. Whenever she does this, she doesn't prosecute anyone that crosses the border. She actually gives them allowances, places to stay, great hotels, way more benefits than actual Americans that live here. The true patriots that live here, we don't see anything good coming from Harris. That's why we're going out and we're voting for Trump. That's why we're going out. We're voting for the best person to win, because we know what's better for America. These Democrats are just so psyop. They're just getting controlled through their brain to vote blue.
This is absolutely true. So with that all been said, before we go to her next clip, let's talk about it, because Hold on, where is it at? Now she's sitting there talking about she locks them up. Nah, she doesn't lock them up. Like he said, she gives them benefits. That's what she literally does. Okay? That's what she literally does. With that all being said, okay, let's go to this next clip because I have to find my receipt. I need to find my receipt on Trump so y'all can hear this. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go. Now I'm going to put an overlay on this because this looks like it could be a podcast or something.
I'll take it if you need. Kat, there's worse things that you can say to people.
Yeah.
But I help people who harm people. God bless. Good night. That's my time. That's what.
I think it's an excellent thing to acknowledge to a therapist.
Yes.
Right.
You know what
it's
happened?
Definitely worth exploring.
You know what happened, Greg? The teleprompter went up and they cheered too long.
Yeah.
And she panicked because all she could remember, she couldn't remember the connection word. So she panicked. This ain't close, I'm telling you.
Todd, what do you think she meant?
I think it was the most accurate and succinct statement she has issued all campaign. Hear me out. She has fought extremely hard to help the illegal migrants who have harmed American human beings. She has fought extremely hard to help the rioters in cities like Minneapolis and cities throughout our great land that have harmed American human beings. And she has fought very hard to put boys into girls' sports to harm American human being girls. Kamala, 2024.
This is all nefarious as far as I'm concerned. So likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so now let's go to this next video. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to put an overlay on here too because this is Devori Darkin's video clip that I'm using. And shout out to him because he stays on Kabami's neck.
She left your Democratic Party. I left the Democratic Party because in the current political climate, I do not believe they are seriously supporting the Jewish community. They are not seriously engaging with us.
Now, I should say that she is voting for Harris because she says she can't stand Donald Trump, but that might not always be the case. What is your message to Jewish voters who are concerned about supporting Kamala Harris in Pennsylvania? 300,000 Jewish voters there.
Well, I know we've had a conversation about the situation with Israel and Gaza and that situation, and I've disagreed with the president, anyone about this. You know, I've been a very consistent kind of voice throughout all of this, been on that side of for Israel, and now we have a diversity of opinion with the Democratic Party, and it is possible that may have alienated some members of the Jewish community, but my voice is only my voice, and I've been committed. I'm following. You know, I'm going to follow Israel throughout all of this. So my opinion isn't really likely going to change, and it is absolutely an issue here throughout the election.
Okay, so with that all being said, we don't know where she stands on it because she said two different things. Like I told you, she has two different campaign things. Now, let's go to this video because this guy is going on a whole rant saying that his grandmother just stopped supporting Kamala. Okay, now when your grandmother stops supporting, it's all serious.
Fucked up. Y'all listen. Kamala has officially fucked up. I'm gonna tell you why. My grandma been a Democrat her whole life. We sometimes we get into little arguments. We had no fell out. I couldn't even go to family function, the dinner. But listen, I went and talked to my grandma, and guess what happened, y'all? Guess what the fuck happened? Grandma say, fuck Kamala, Kulala, whatever the hell, Kool-Aid, whatever the hell her name is. Grandma say, fuck her. Grandma said she is not about to let this Jezebel send her to hell. I said, what? You ain't about to what? Grandma say she ain't know she was for all that sin. Grandma say she ain't know Kamala was for all that sin. I say, Grandma, she full of it. She full of sin. Grandma say she ain't doing it. She ain't doing it. She done turned her back on her. For my grandma to say she ain't voting Democrat and she can't stand Trump, you done fucked up, sister. You done fucked up. My grandma say she survived Jim Crow and she made it out. So she said if Trump really is racist, she said she'll make it. But she said one thing she can't make it out of is hell. She said she can't make it out of hell. And she said that's just what is this. Listen, I know it's bad. Grandma called her, she called her a heifer, she called her a Jezebel, and she called her a harlot. If a black woman call you all three of them things, you done fucked up as a woman.
I absolutely cannot. Okay, his grandmother must have gone in, honey. Please pay attention. Okay, so likes up, everyone. Please like and share.
This.
Now, y'all listen to Kamala preaching.
Listen to this, and I challenge you not to go.
And in these next 2 days, we
Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. Sounded like I heard a little music in that clip. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Now, this is Kabami preaching. This is her preaching. I know you heard it all before.
For a night, but weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning, and church morning is on its way.
Okay, so y'all see that. Sitting up here trying to preach again about joy coming in the morning. Now, mind you, she did the same thing. She did the same thing this week. She was preaching yet again. And she also looked as though she got the Holy Ghost. I'm not even joking. Likes up, everyone. Okay, here we go.
feeds my spirit as I travel across our beautiful nation from state to state and from church to church. I see faith in action in remarkable ways. I see a nation determined to turn the page on hatred and division and chart a new way forward. I see the promise of America in all the young leaders who are here.
After she just called him stupid. Okay, please pay attention. At the end of the day, I absolutely cannot with Kabami. Now, let's go to this clip. Now, they say you won't see this on the lamestream media.
We are fighting for America's future.
You won't see this on the news.
We are fighting for America's future. And we understand the opportunity we have before us to turn the page on the fear
I was pretty shocked to see that this happened in Kalamazoo, Michigan, which Michigan is a swing state, but it's pretty much notoriously leaned towards blue. So to see them react like this was a pretty big surprise. Seems like Kamala is getting slammed everywhere that she goes because people are getting bolder and bolder about the truth. If you're a person...
Okay, so you all saw that. You all heard them booing her. And let me tell you what they've started having the people to do. So now at her rallies, what they've been having the people to do is when she's getting booed, they have them shout her name over and over and over. Kamala, Kamala. Kamala, Kamala. This is as loud as they can to try to drown out the booze, but it didn't work that time, Kabami. I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry for you. Okay, so now with that all being said, let's keep going because Kabami is clearly going to preach a word, or she's going to get the Holy Ghost. Okay, here we go.
That you will anoint her afresh. Keep her, oh God, in the center of your will. And God will thank you. On Tuesday, we'll thank you. On Wednesday, we'll thank you. On Thursday, we'll thank you. We'll say that you did it, oh God. And it is so in Jesus' name. Somebody give God praise.
Kabami needs to sit down somewhere acting like she almost got the Holy Ghost after she put those people up out of her rally after they called on Jesus. Okay, we didn't forget Kabami. Please pay attention. Now here she is, another clip from when she was in Michigan.
State! Hello, Michigan State! It is good to be in the house of my dear friend Magic Johnson. Go green! I love Gen Z! You all are rightly impatient for change. I know that. I know that. I know that about you. And here's the thing, because you all have only known the climate crisis.
Okay, here we go. Okay, somebody says she's drunk. Honey, I believe she is. Belinda says she's drunk. She just might be. I think she was definitely drunk in that last video.
Block, or maybe it was just a frozen teleprompter. She used her favorite call out, move forward, to tell the teleprompter operator, move forward, move forward.
We're here because we're fighting for a democracy. Fighting for a democracy. And understand the difference here. Understand the difference here. Moving forward. Moving forward. Understand the difference here. What we are looking at is a difference in this election. Let's move forward and see where we are.
See where we are in this, because I don't know what I'm saying if it's not on the screen.
Laura, she's in a total panic there, but I love how she keeps just move forward, forward,
Well, that was kinda
trying to get
clever.
that prompter to roll. But you know, when you rely on slogans and celebrities your entire campaign, the moment the prompter goes down, like Joe Biden, communication is a problem. And I think it's disqualifying if you're running for president.
All right, so you all heard what they had to say. It's a couple more clips.
So, I haven't even said nothing. Why so much aggression off the jump?
Now, if I smack that camera out your hand and break it, yeah.
That would be a Kamala move.
It's not Kamala move. Nothing.
Last time I went to a Kamala rally, I got attacked.
He just put the camera in my face. So if I was to smack your camera and put it on the floor, I'd be wrong, right?
Ali, I mean, there's cops looking at us.
I don't care about the cops.
Oh,
I
shit.
told
You like that?
Yeah, I'm like that.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. I'm just waiting to cross. I'm going to get out of your guys' hair.
You trying to go in there?
Yeah.
You think they're going to let you?
Yeah. Do I look like him?
No.
Oh. Can we squash the beef?
It wasn't no beef.
I felt like it was beef.
Man, cool out.
Hey, cool the f*** out. You got me?
Don't let him in there because he kept recording me.
Okay, now pan on her.
I told him not to record me.
We left.
If I knocked his camera out of his hand and broke it, I would have been wrong, right?
Yeah.
So I told him to stop recording.
Well, you notice how we came to this side of the street and you followed
I
us?
came over here and telling them what y'all doing.
I thought we squashed beef.
I don't got beef with you. It's your cameraman.
Man, f*** him. I seen it too.
Y'all have a good day because I'm ready.
Okay. Now, you see why we call them Blue MAGA? Because they act just like the people that rushed the Capitol. I'm sorry, make it all make sense. Ready to fight? ready to fight anybody who doesn't support Kabambi. I mean, just pay attention at the end of the day.
A lot of y'all don't know what the. I think I got it now, y'all.
What's up, bro?
I think I understand.
What happened?
A lot of y'all don't know what to classify y'allself as.
Okay.
You ain't a part of no motherfucking middle class.
Preach.
If something go on right now, to where you gotta leave and uproot your house right fucking now, and you can't do it, you're poor. You're fucking poor. You ain't part of no middle class. This shit she talking about ain't gonna help you because you ain't in it.
Right. Me neither.
Your bank account say fucking $100 for the next 2 weeks. You're poor.
Facts.
You're not in a fucking middle class. No matter what the fuck you drive or what your house look like.
That's gentrification. That's
You're
it.
poor.
Right.
She's not gonna ever do shit for you.
Why not, bro?
You're fucking poor.
Preach.
And she ain't talked about y'all one time.
Now, there's no lies detected. She hasn't talked about us one time. And remember, when they got so mad about the Puerto Rican joke, they didn't say anything about the joke about us. Okay, I'm just paying attention. That's all. I'm just paying attention, okay? With that all being said. So likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, let's go to the last two videos. This is a clip from her rally. Hold on. Yeah, these last two clips are from her rally. And I want y'all to pay attention because this is all very strange to me. Here it is. Now look at this. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it.
Rally. Check this out at Kamala's recent rally. Keep an eye on this man right here. And it doesn't just happen once, it happens throughout her entire speech. And I'm wondering, is this person just doing it on purpose? Or is a demon manifesting on live television at Kamala's rally? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Now, several people had a video of that man. I don't know what was going on with him, but his eyes looked like they rolled back into the back of his head. But hold on, because here's another clip. And this one's when Obama's up there speaking. And this is a totally different man, by the way.
What's going on here?
Hold on, let me try to rewind this back. Okay.
Look at the man directly behind Obama to the right. Look at his eyes. What is going on here? What is that? Everyone else is clapping and cheering and talking to each other. And he's got these white eyes. And then when he breaks free from whatever demonic spell he's under, he just looks straight into the camera, straight ahead, zero emotion. Nothing, there's nothing there. Like, what is that? A shapeshifter? Is it a demon? Is it a robot? Is it an alien? Like, what is that? He's acting so strange. It was so weird. I had to record it. In the moment, I was like, what is happening? What is this? Does anyone know what is going on here?
Okay, so did you all find that interesting? Because Southwest Houston, Texas said those zombies in the audience. Okay, is that what that is? Because it looks all very suspicious to me. One when she was speaking, another one when Obama was speaking. Okay, and so that all been said. Now here's someone trying to get us to vote for Kabami.
You are going to be doing an injustice to America. The next commander-in-chief in less than 2 weeks will be able to appoint up to 3 Supreme Court justices. We already seen Roe v. Wade overturned. You can kiss gun legislation goodbye. You can kiss voting rights goodbye. He has already touted that he wants to be a dictator. He wants to have consolidated power. He wants to be able to fire federal employees at will and replace them with Trump loyal.
Now, and that's all true. I believe that is absolutely true. But at the end of the day, so does Kabami. So do the Democrats. They want unchecked power as well. Okay, why do you think they want everybody to shut the hell up and you can't even voice your opinion or say anything contrary to what they say or the narratives that they put out and spew? Okay, I just have several questions. Now let's talk about this lady who said that a migrant moved in and just took over. Like stuff, everyone please like and share. I knew you all would want to hear this. This is very concerning.
She was getting a voter in Shrewsbury thought she was getting a postcard from the Harris campaign. But when she flipped it over, she was shocked to see what appeared to be a notice that a migrant family was moving into her home. WBZ's Brenna Truitt reports.
The woman we spoke with says she doesn't know who sent her this, but she believes it was mailed to her to shake her up. This is tensions around this campaign cycle are proving pervasive for most Americans.
It's really sad that the country has come to this point where you can't put a lawn sign out and support a candidate without being harassed with something like this.
This Shrewsbury resident doesn't want to be identified, but says she got this postcard in the mail Monday. Why do you think you were sent that?
Because I have a lawn sign.
At first glance, it looks like a Kamala Harris pamphlet. The message on the back starts with a thanks for her support before claiming, "We will be moving a family of 2 from the country of Nicaragua into your home on October 30th. They will need food, toiletries, and transportation." The woman says she was shocked and creeped out over the alleged fraudulent mail.
I go back and forth on what the objective is with this mailer. I don't know if they're attempting to harass me or are they trying to rage bait?
She claims other Harris supporters in the area have gotten a similar mailer. It's unclear who sent this. There was no political organization or return address listed, but it's indicative of the tension and temperature of this election cycle. A study by the American Psychological Association found 69% of adults feel a great deal of stress over the election. And we found that to be the case today in Middleton.
Yes, I am feeling stressed about the future of our country, and I think things need to change.
To Linfield.
I'm nervous because I think it's a close race.
To Cambridge.
I'm excited to get it done with. I can't wait for it to be over.
And that seems to be the one thing most people can agree on.
There is so much vitriol and division in this country now. We need to take the temperature down and we need to stop this kind of thing.
And voters also tell us they're anxious about the days following the election. This race is so close, analysts believe it's unlikely to have a clear winner by election night. In Shrewsbury.
Okay, so you all saw that. Excuse me. So what do you think? But let's get into this letter that Trump wrote. And I'm going to share my screen because this is a letter that Trump wrote just a couple of days ago. And I forgot to share this with you all days ago. Okay, please pay attention. Y'all see this, right? This officially came from Trump. I'm not painting narratives or making this up. Okay. Now, here's what it says, and it's dated November the 2nd. Statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. There have been horrible reports out of New York, my former home state, now where state environmental agents raided the home of Mark Longo and his wife. Mark was taken into custody for hours while officials searched his home and eventually took 2 of their pets, Fred the raccoon and Peanut the squirrel. Now, these animals were later executed by the state of New York. New York authorities, under their terrible governor, put more effort into finding and eliminating a squirrel who was innocent by all accounts than they do to control the unchecked illegal immigrants who have flooded into their state. If Peanut could have told them that he was from Mexico, they would have sent him on his way and given him a hotel room and a $500 gift card to Buddy Squirrel. Instead, he was taken from his family. Very sad and a complete waste of resources. When we win, we will get our priorities in order and MAGA. I'm sorry, say what? Trump is a darn fool. Now, rather than running for president, I think Trump needs to be a comedian, okay? I'm sorry. He needs to literally be a comedian because he's naturally funny. Sitting there talking about if the squirrel had told them that he was from Mexico, he would have gotten a $500 gift card and a hotel room for free. This is all nefarious, okay? Please pay attention. So that all being said, let's go back to what he said about the hurricane when they ran out of the money. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Is Support the Arts not here today?
This was a disgrace, and
As you know firsthand, Kamala's hurricane response was a disgrace and a betrayal of her duty as a vice president or whatever the hell she is. Nobody even knows anymore. Where the hell is Biden? What happened to that guy? Where's Biden? Tell me, is this the worst administration in history? Where the hell's Biden? Where's Biden? The ladies from North Carolina, what happened to Biden? What the hell's going on? This is the worst administration in history. Nobody knows who the hell they're supposed to be talking to. The only thing that's good is you have totally confused the enemy. Because President Xi of China is saying, who the hell are we speaking to over there? What's going on with that place? Putin is going, nobody ever calls me. I'm fighting a war. Nobody ever talks to me. We can talk him into not fighting if we had competent people, but they are not competent. No, but think of these guys. They're probably saying, who the hell is running the United States of America? It can't be her. She's a low IQ individual.
Okay, I'm so done. Okay, so somebody said, Queen, I thought you banned Support the Arts. No, I didn't, but maybe the moderators did. I threatened to ban them, but I didn't actually do it. But maybe one of my moderators did because they were sick of them. Who knows? At the end of the day, it's all quiet in here is all I'm saying. Okay, so with that all being said, now listen to this. Charlemagne the Devil was talking about the Republicans cheating during the election. But I'm going to show y'all something right after. I'm going to show y'all something right after this. Charlemagne the Devil needs to sit down somewhere, okay, because he is a whole Democratic shield.
To steal this election if he loses. Like, you know, Republican officials won't certify the results. Why is everybody sitting around acting like Donald Trump isn't going to plan to steal this election if he loses? Like, you know, Republican officials won't certify the results of the election. We know it's Donald Trump's Supreme Court. Why are people acting like this is going to be a free and fair election? And he won't try to steal it.
Well, but those are two different points.
Okay.
So it will be a free and fair election if we, the American people, stand up for that. You know, I see it as this. I think that democracy it's like 2 points of nature. One, there's a fact about a democracy that when it is intact, the strength that it possesses in terms of the protection of people's individual rights and liberties. When a democracy is intact, we protect your rights and your liberties. Strength. Democracy is also very fragile. It will only be as strong as our willingness, we the people, to fight for it. And that, as much as anything, is what's at play in this election. Fight for our democracy. Flawed though it is, imperfect though it may be.
She needs to sit down somewhere because, first of all, at the end of the day, her and Biden are the ones taking democracy. That's why we're censored. Okay, we have no First Amendment anymore, ever. And they really want to have us not be able to say anything that's contrary, like I said. But also, let's not forget about the military being able to come down here. Now, it's interesting that Charlemagne said something about Trump stealing the election or whatever. But at the end of the day, it was Kamala and Biden who had that bill passed on the 27th, like I keep telling y'all. And why do y'all think they passed it? That's so that if anybody complains or gets upset about how the election turns out, even if they think it's not fair or whatever, then they can send the military and her boots on the ground to take you up out of here. Okay, please pay attention. Now, and speaking of what Charlemagne just said, I want y'all to see this, because this is what some of the illegal immigrants are doing.
Non-citizen was registered coming out of Michigan. This is going to boil your fucking blood. The Chinese national non-citizen was registered to vote. This man voted. Okay. Although he was caught and charges were brought against him, the fact of the matter is that his ballot is going to be counted in Michigan because they don't know where the hell the ballot is at this point. And they can't subtract that one person. And this could be happening fucking everywhere. Okay. But I want you to listen to the CBS anchor who is trying very hard to dismiss the fact that that ballot is going to count and it should not count. And she's over there trying to just gaslight. Okay. Gaslight him from saying that damn ballot is going to count. It's just fucking happening everywhere. You know the reason why they are doing this. Fuck.
believe it hasn't received more coverage. A Chinese national registered to vote and voted. And now he's being charged for doing that. But guess what? His ballot's going to count. We know at least one non-citizen's ballot is going to count in Michigan because they don't know which ballot is and they can't retrieve it. These are facts.
Right.
Now, whether that's widespread or not, I hope not. But these are things that are happening and they need to be watched at. As far as foreign adversaries, sure. I mean, Iran wants to kill Donald Trump. Iran, this has been fully documented. They are trying to kill Donald Trump. You talk about violent rhetoric. He's the only candidate in this race. And that not because I wish this on anybody else, who's had not one but two assassination attempts against his life.
Right.
So, of course, we're all concerned about it.
Right. In terms of the case you talked about in Michigan, we have tracked that the Secretary of State of that state has actually brought charges, has made that public. That individual may actually
but the
be
vote's still gonna count.
deported because there are laws in this country that punish people
but the
when
vote
they
still
are
counts.
illegal and they try to vote in federal elections. That 19-year-old is going to face some consequences.
He is, and he's going to, but his vote still counts.
Now, here's the sad thing about that. At the end of the day, like the lovely T said, he's not the only one. How many of these people do you all think have voted? Okay, like we've been telling you all, okay, for at least 4 years almost, that the reason that the Democrats allow these people to come across the border and the reason they give them all of these tangibles and benefits is because they want them to replace us in the voting block. Because they know and realize that a lot of Black people are waking up and are no longer fooling with them. They've been knowing it for the past at least 2 years. Okay, and then we started asking for reparations and tangibles, an anti-Black hate crime bill. As soon as we started asking for things, they were like, wait a minute, hold up. These ninjas are getting out of pocket. Now, they know we don't do anything for them ever. No, we're not going to do anything specifically for them. They know this. Okay, so why are they asking? So this is why I believe they allow those people to come across the border. Okay, at the end of the day, he's not the only one that's voted. Please pay attention. He's not the only one that's voted, and he surely isn't going to get any serious consequences. They're not going to deport him. They're not going to deport him. And the only reason that he got arrested and called out and charges pressed is because someone told on him. Someone told on him. Okay, that's the only reason. Other than that, he would never have been even noticed or gone undetected. Okay? And so that's what's probably happened all over this country. Okay, I just want you all to pay attention. But ask yourselves, why is this happening? Now, Kabami wants to sit there and make us all scared and everything. Her and Biden are sitting there talking about Project 2025. Then we find out that the people actually are backing her. And then she talks about people causing a divide. And then we find out that wanton supremacists are backing her. So who's really the wanton supremacist? Is it her or is it Trump? Because she ain't Black. All right? I just have a whole lot of questions. Okay, and so anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Don't forget that tomorrow we're going to be on here having a whole concert about the election, okay? We're going to be on here. I'm probably going to start at about 8:30 or 9, okay? I'll be posting the link sometime today. Okay, so please make sure you tune in if you want to see what's going on and if you want to get it lit. I love you, right, Black Juju. Okay, so everyone enjoy the rest of its day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that flavor all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. give a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got